2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
For the land of the
It's time for the NBA.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. So the Nets starting five. Durant plays the four with Allen at center. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's Caris LeVert. And it's Dinwiddie in at the two spot. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Trevor Ariza out there with Anthony. And it's Nurkic in at the center. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Here's LeVert after the basket by Jusuf Nurkic. Back to LeVert. Passes to Allen. The Nets working the ball around now. A three ball. A nice shot by LeVert.
Mr. Everything. Durant can score it, pass it, do what you want to do. He can defend at a high level. So fun watching him play.
Now here's Lillard. McCollum outside. Anthony taking his time here. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Another shot. Allen kicks to LeVert. Allen passes to Dinwiddie. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Allen with the jam.
A superb offensive rebounder. Allen's long arms and feel for how to get positioning helps big time.
Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
And here is Durant after Damian Lillard was able to get the three to go. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. There's the triple. They get it again, and so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Jordan, he's checked in for the Nets. Harris comes in for Caris LeVert. McCollum kicks to Anthony. Lillard outside. From the arc, buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got 6.
The outside shot of Lillard is pure. I mean, he always seems to have the look that's going in.
Dinwiddie against McCollum. Dinwiddie dishes to Jordan. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. So for the Nets, Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Durant. And Luwawu subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Lillard looking around. The tray. He can't hit that time. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Here's Dinwiddie. Here's Harris. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
The Nets shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
Here's Luwawu. Dishes to Jordan. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Harris. And the Nets miss again.
Oh, their movement is good, and they get the ball into the right hand. Now, usually he drops those in between jumpers.
And it's Whiteside, that time on the assist by Little.
Not to be denied. Whiteside's NBA career didn't start until he was 25. Works for those hoops.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And Whiteside's got the ball here for Portland. Lillard outside. Here's Trent. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And it's Lillard missing.
The defense has done a good job of forcing him into tough shots this quarter.
It's stolen by Little. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. To the inside, Collins. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
This is where you want Collins to get the ball. He's a throwback kind of big man who thrives inside.
Dinwiddie passes to Prince. Down low. Out to Harris. Back to Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Lillard from outside. What a play! Simply trains it in at the buzzer.
Ringing the bell.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trail Blazers. He delivered 9 points from three-point range that quarter. Terrific work from distance. Joke.
Humble beginnings. You know, I'm from a tough...
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Well, it's part of their strategy coming in, no doubt. And there may not be that much their opponent can do about it.
We've got Rodney Hood, Little out there with Whiteside. Then there's McCollum, and it's Trent in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. No one near Whiteside as he lets it go. Great look, but off the mark. Nets trail by 5. It's Allen with the drive. Score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
This is what a leader does. Irving, good at sharing the wealth and getting his teammates going.
Pass to McCollum. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Hood for 3. The putback. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Whiteside's got the lead up to 5 now for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, if you're Whiteside, that's how you do it. You come out, you bust your tail, you compete at a high level.
Prince kicks to Irving. 3-pointer. And it's Portland with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
The pass to Trent. Back to Hood. And the call will be against Karis LeVert. That is his first foul of the game. So it's both teams making substitutions here. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers, McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit, and I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
For Portland, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Harris is checked in. Anthony's shot is off. Nets trail by 7. Pass to Allen. Out to Harris. Allen passes to Harris. It's Durant on the wing. Down Down to 5 on the shot clock. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
Look, he doesn't play around. If the bucket's there for him, he's going to get it.
Passes it to McCollum. Here's the three. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
LeVert, great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
McCollum left side. Ariza kicks to McCollum. Out to Anthony. Wide open. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Anthony's got 6 here in this quarter.
I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come for him now.
It's Durant on the wing. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Durant's had total confidence in his jumper, probably since the first jumper he took. I mean, he's one of the most natural-looking shooters you'll ever see.
And the foul called on Jarrett Allen. That is his first foul of the game. Lillard's checked in for Portland. The Nets also changing it up. Luwawu is checked in for Karis LeVert. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. Inside, kicks it out to Ariza. And here's McCollum for 3. And it's Durant with the rebound. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They trail by 1. Allen passes to Harris. McCollum against KD. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. High post, Nurkic unloads from 13. Here's Luwawu. Ariza covering, and Luwawu gets it to go.
Textbook feed from Allen, a big man who helps facilitate the offense.
To the left side wing. Nobody near Lillard. Portland no good that time either.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And here's Harris from the arc. And it's Portland with the rebound. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Lillard left side. From past the arc. Offensive rebound. Nurkic. No good on the last second attempt there. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Nets out in front. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. At its highest, their lead topped out at... And that does it for our...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2. Nurkic with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Outside Anthony. Lillard outside. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
The basket looks as big as the ocean right now. I mean, that's how easy he's making it look.
Allen finds Irving. C.J. McCollum comes up with the rebound. Trailblazers leading by 5. Nurkic up top, defended by Allen. There's the 3. And Damian Lillard, another 3. Lillard's got 18 points in the game.
Their third three-pointer in a row. And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. This team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Count that bucket. And it's a 10-point Trailblazer lead.
Well, with the role he's on this quarter, they're going to keep going to him and get that lead even bigger.
For 3, Durant. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
Slow to get warm after the break. 0 for 3 now. Maybe they need an early timeout just to try to settle things down.
And that one's good, Lillard.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Durant against Ariza. Looking to end the run. Durant, no good.
This was not what they had in mind coming out of the locker room at halftime. 4 shots so far and nothing to show for it.
Lillard from outside. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's LeVert. And on the way from Irving for 3. The shot will not fall. Now Portland takes it the other way. Anthony kicks to Nurkic for 3. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Now, you don't see that very often. A wide open 3 is usually like a layup for him.
Allen inside the 3-point line. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Trailblazers leading by 15. The 3 from Anthony. The rebound by the Nets. Allen's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And it's Allen with the jam.
And just taking his frustration out on the rim. He ends a huge run by Portland.
McCollum dishes to Nurkic. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. Anthony's got 8.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half. And they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
Here's LeVert. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Damian Lillard.
I love how tenacious LeVert is. Fantastic job of just knifing inside and forcing the D to react.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Allen. Taurean Prince comes in for Kevin Durant. Harris is checked in for Kyrie Irving. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for Dinwiddie. Pass to Trent. Fires the 3. The shot, no good. Nets trail by 14. And it's Harris off the drive. Jordan the pass to Harris. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And here is Prince. From downtown. Rebounded by Hood. For Portland, they've gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the 3rd. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And it's off from 3-point range. The Nets shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Prince, the pass to Jordan. Now LeVert. Outside Jordan, out left to the wing. 1 second left. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
This is where the NBA's headed. I mean, multi-dimensional big men. That was just a beautiful pass.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Little out there with Collins. Then there's Whiteside. Then it's Rodney Hood. And it's Trent in at the 2 guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland. The feed to Jordan. Kicks it out to Prince. 4 on the shot clock. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Portland. Damian Lillard comes in for Hood. And Collins has got the ball here for Portland. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But two other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. You know, two guys, when you look at those two, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become, and it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
Nets trail by 15. Throws it up high.
A solid passer at his position. LeVert excels at finding his teammates when they're open.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Lillard against LeVert. From deep, Collins. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 5 here tonight. LeVert with a wide open look. From outside, off the mark. Trailblazers leading by 13. The pass to Trent. Three-pointer, Lillard. It's hauled in by Harris. The Nets have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Jordan. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Here's Trent. It's Ariza on the wing. No good from outside. Nets trail by 13. A nice shot by LeVert. LeVert's got 4 this quarter.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
To the middle, here's Lillard, and Jordan sends it back.
And really, that's the brilliance of Jordan, just denying those shots there with tremendous power.
And it's LeVert missing. The Trailblazers have gone just 1 of 6 from the field to start the 4th quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. And Lillard gets to Ariza. Back to Lillard. Collins passes to Lillard. The dish to Collins. 5 on the clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And the basket by Lillard.
We're seeing the very best of Lillard tonight. I mean, he's a Swiss Army knife of an offensive player. I mean, he's got a tool for every job.
And that one goes out of bounds as touched by Prince.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Brooklyn making some changes. Allen's checked in for Jordan. Durant comes in for Taurean Prince. And Irving subbed in for Harris. Kicks it out to Ariza. And they go to the intentional foul. Anthony, the pass to Lillard. Back to Anthony. Shot clock at 6. Kicks it out to McCollum. No good on the triple.
And you can see why he might be off on some of his attempts, getting far fewer shots today than he's accustomed to.
Nobody near Irving, but he recovers it. Lets it go with a 3. Portland grabs the miss.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, he just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but he hasn't been successful.
That's a 2 from Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. To the paint. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. A chance now for a 3-point play.
Shooting 1.
It goes on C.J. McCollum. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Caleb Swanigan's checked in for Anthony. Mario Hezonja comes in for Trevor Ariza. Hood's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Lillard.
Improving so much since his rookie season. I can't wait to see the next step LeVert makes in his career.
32 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Hood for three. No good on that one. And here are the Nets. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. That cuts the lead to single digits.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
Nurkic the pass to Simons. Back to Nurkic. He feeds it to Hood. From deep three-point range, drains the three-pointer. And the Trailblazers lead by 11.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
You know they are, sure. I mean, come on, the finish line is in sight. All they have to do is play it smart.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Some good. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Marcus Morris. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Nets, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard. 2 terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes.
He loves to fire up his team with the big finish. KD rocking the rim.
George passes to Beverly. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And it's Leonard missing. We've seen a quick start here for the Nets. It's a 5-point game. And then Durant with the dunk.
And the reach of KD. No need to be pinpointed with that alley-oop. He can just about touch the rafters.
And Beverly kicks to George. And the Clippers miss again. The Nets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Here's KD. Shot from 12. Irving can't get it to go. LA's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. They need this, and it's George finishing it off.
It's amazing everything Leonard gives you, including the eyes to find the open man.
Dinwiddie finds LeVert. Passes it to Irving. And here's KD for 3. It's hauled in by Zubats. The Clippers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. I mean, not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Allen kicks to Irving. Off target from outside.
Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there.
Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubats.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
Beverly dishes to Leonard. Back to Beverly. Leonard the pass to George. And the wide open shot for Morris. And the Clippers miss again. Nets leading by 4. LeVert with it. Leonard picks him up. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. So for the Nets, Jordan, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Taurean Prince comes in for Karis LeVert. And Harris subbed in for Dinwiddie. Landry Shamit's checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for Patrick Beverly. Now Morris following Durant's 3-point attempt. Left side Williams. Morris against Harris. Morris passes to Harrell. And stolen by Williams. Down low, Leonard. And it's sent back by KD.
You forget, Durant has the reach of a center. He can provide rim protection.
Outside for Jordan. And then Durant with the jam.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Now here's Leonard. Whoa! I mean, that's a rugged play.
That one was big time. So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
Here's Jordan. Harris kicks to Prince. Irving looking over the floor. Clock at 6. From outside the arc. They get it back. Clippers trail by 4. And here's the fast break. 16 feet away. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Harris against Williams. Pass to Irving. Prince in the corner. Harris passes to Jordan. Outside Irving. Another miss by Irving.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Floats it up there for Harrell. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
If you start the alley-oop, Harrell can usually finish it. He's an explosive big man with good hands.
Outside Irving. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Brooklyn Nets. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified the right matchups, and the execution is there.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Nets. Inside, we got Prince and Jordan. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 1 spot. Prince outside. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Prince has got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for Brooklyn. Shamet, the pass to Zubac. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Allen's checked in for Taurean Prince, and it's LeVert in for Harris. Offensive rebound, Allen. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And his teammates love this. When Allen is aggressive trying to score, really puts the pressure on the opposing defense.
Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his special?
Whatever he made, it was special. Wouldn't matter.
Zubac kicks to Beverly. Pass to Jackson. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Green finds George. Over to the wing. Dinwiddie with the steal. It's 2-on-1. The finish goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's on Reggie Jackson.
Textbook feed from Allen, a big man who helps facilitate the offense.
Clippers trail by 11. And there's the pass to Jackson. Green against LeVert. Passes it to Beverly. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. And the dunk by Zubac.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
Pass to LeVert. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Bobbed up there for Green. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
He will put you on a poster. Green up top for the monster flush. In OKC, Paul George showed he can be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage.
Oh, what a play!
Watch your head. Insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair.
Dinwiddie outside. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
He lobs it up.
Credit Jermichael for all the hard work he's put in. A longtime D-League standout who's found his role and then some.
Back to Jordan. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. The Nets shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here. And the technical free throw is good. Brooklyn making some changes. Durant's checked in for Jordan. Harris comes in for Karis LeVert. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Dinwiddie. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Jermichael Green. Leonard, he's checked in for Patrick Beverly. Lou Williams is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Here's Williams. And it's slammed in by Williams.
Good recognition by Lou. Sees a crack in the defense, has the speed to exploit it.
Outside Irving. Three-pointer. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Here's George. And it's sent back by PD. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's his first foul. Prince is checked in for Luwawu Cabarrot. Landry Shamit's checked in for Los Angeles. Leonard against Irving. Back to Harris. On the wing, Irving. Pass to Prince. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 4. Floats it up there for Harrell.
And how about the setup? Man, Morris keeping his head up. Beautiful assist.
Irving against Leonard. Now the pass to Durant. Takes a 3. The shot off that time. And that'll do it for the first half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game. A tremendous start for Kevin Durant. He had 11 points, 2 block shots. And
if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. We've got Patrick Beverly. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. Dinwiddie finds Allen. Doesn't go that time. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces. But title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. Pass to KD. For the 3. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
And what do you expect? Durant's not going to let you disrespect him on the other end without an answer.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
And, guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Here's Dinwiddie, and it's sent back by George.
Not going to be Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender.
Paul George with the steal, and Morris throws it down.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close.
And the shot goes in. Beverly's got his first points of the game.
This is why you love to run the offense through Leonard. Have to play him to score. That opens up passing lanes.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Right side, Kevin Durant. Off target with his three.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's George. Back to Morris. Durant against Zubac. Lays it up off the glass. Now it's a 6-point Clipper lead.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Irving kicks to KD. Wide open look. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Outside for George. Shoots the 3. And it's Durant with the rebound. KD's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Leonard. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Jordan, he's checked in for Jared Allen. The Clippers also changing it up. Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. JaMychal Green comes in for Morris. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Kawhi Leonard. Dinwiddie passes to LeVert. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Harrell kicks to Beverly. To the middle, trying to find Green. He's got it now. Up and in on the layup. Green's got 4 this quarter.
JaMychal Green with the height and the bounce to do some damage inside.
KD on the wing. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul. So for the Nets, Prince is checked in for Karis LeVert. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Dinwiddie. Landry Shamet's checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for Patrick Beverly. Jackson. And he gets the whistle. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
The shot's good from Jordan.
This is what DeAndre gives you. An enforcer inside who's developed more moves offensively.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Prince and Durant are at the 3 and the 4. Joe Harris is out there with Irving, and it's Jordan in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Harris, right side. Back to Irving. Shoots over Leonard. Inside, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Clippers leading by 8. Williams in the post. Harris is there. Williams gets the bucket.
Using his athleticism in the paint, Lou beats everyone to the punch.
Outside Irving. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Tips it, and there's Jordan putting it right back in.
You've got to hand it to DeAndre. His relentless approach on the boards, paying dividends.
And Harrell slams it in.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Prince, right side, left side, Jordan. Leonard with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
The strength and body control of Reggie Jackson gives him an edge against physical defense, potential and one.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jared Allen comes in for DeAndre Jordan. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kevin Durant. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul. I'd go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. To the inside. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist from Jackson.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Nets trail by 17. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Harris with it. Now guarded by Harrell. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's good from Harris. For the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Paul George comes in for Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Lou Williams.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
6 to shoot. Here's Beverly. Here's Zubac. Outside, George. Second shot opportunity. And it's sent back by Allen. Zubac, that's good. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. 17-point game. Pass to Allen. Harris outside. They grab their own miss. And that one barely misses as he draws contact. 2 free throws coming up.
Such a force as Allen goes to the line. A real throwback. Jared is a center who primarily operates near the hoop.
Durant's checked in for the Nets. Karis LeVert comes in for Joe Harris.
And Jared Allen, the big man out of Texas, a big part of his impact is how well he moves as a center. Very long and covers a ton of ground on both ends. And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Clippers.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Leonard.
What was impressive to me, it felt like he made an impact in so many areas. Some of the effort won't show up in the stat sheet, but I noticed it.
Luwawu Cabarro, he's checked in for the Nets. The Clippers need to get off a shot, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. KD on the wing. Brooklyn gets it back with the new shot clock at 14.
A superb offensive rebounder. Allen's long arms and feel for how to get positioning helps big time.
Now, here's Shamet. His first shot coming late. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The wide open look for Durant. Misses the three, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Patterson against Allen. Patterson passes to Zubac, and it's good for 2. And the Clippers lead by 18.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For the Staples Center downtown Los Angeles. And David Aldridge.
Well, guys, I'm very familiar.
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thank you. The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Trevor Ariza. And it's Nurkic in at the center position. And for Los Angeles, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point. Offensive rebound. Lillard from outside. Nurkic. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Such a big body down there. Nurkic battling.
And stolen by Ariza. Lillard right side. Poked loose. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. Nurkic the pass to Carmelo. Three-pointer, Lillard. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Now here's McCollum after the miss from Damian Lillard. And it's in there.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Here's Beverly. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
The three. And it's Lillard missing.
One player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And here are the Trailblazers now after the Clippers pick up two. Ariza no up. Right side George. The shot from the low post is good.
Well, Paul George has definitely garnered some strength through the years now, and he's developed that over time in the offseason, being diligent with his work ethic, and gets through contact on that play.
They get a hand on it. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by George.
And just a lightning bolt there in transition. No one can match up with Kawhi, especially at his position. That time they pay the price.
Now here's Lillard. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple. And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverly is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
They get the rebound. Whiteside dishes to Little. Hood for three. That shot off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
To the paint. Harrell against Whiteside. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. It's a three-point game. Williams passes to Green. To the middle. There's 53 seconds left in the first. Hood against Beverly. Hood gets the bucket.
Now, D's going to have to do a little bit more work on Rodney Hood. Pay a little bit more attention.
Harrell kicks to Shamet. Floats it up there for Harrell. Green the pass to Harrell. And stolen by Hood. Collins with it. Williams picks him up. The pass to Trent. Now Little. Collins dishes to Hood. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Williams passes to Shamet. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Well, he's just gifted with the basketball, and that includes making plays. Lou Williams spotting a man that time.
Inside. Here's Trent. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched upon
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers. Guys?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Portland. Collins is out there with Whiteside. Then it's Little. Then it's Rodney Hood. And it's Trent in at the point guard. Green, no luck. Here's Collins. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Pass to Trent. Back to Collins. And it's Hood in the corner. Shot clock at 5. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. The Clippers in the lead. Here's Shamet. Stolen by Collins. Here's Trent. This one for 3. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Morris is checked in for Jermichael Green. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. And George is subbed in for Williams. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter.
And, you know, if you only look at the box score for Zach Collins, then you're missing the whole picture. He's a terrific defender.
I agree with you, GA. I think his scoring is going to come, but obviously they have potent guard play, and that's not much needed. What is needed is on the interior, him being active as a big man and defending around the rim. It is something that Zach Collins is capable of doing.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Leonard did a good job to take a picture there, recognizing what was going on, read the defense, and then finds a soft spot in the mid-range.
Pass to Anthony. It's stolen by Morris. Down low. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
The compliment that Harrell gets often is the fact that he's just so tireless a worker, and that energy is something that both coaching staffs and teammates appreciate.
And Portland making a change here. Nurkic is checked in. You know, when you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do. And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team.
It's Lillard, top of the key. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Beverly wide open. His three-pointers off the mark.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
McCollum kicks to Nurkic. That's tipped. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Morris. And they pick up 2. And now it's a 3-point Clipper lead.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Nurkic the pass to Lillard. Sinks the three-pointer. Lillard's got 8 points.
And getting going here in the second quarter, his second three-pointer of the game.
Beverly dishes to George. Back to Beverly. Puts up a 3. Not going to go that time. And it's Portland the other way. Anthony taking his time here. Drops in the layup for 2. Anthony's got his first bucket in this one.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea. And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Lillard the pass to Nurkic. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. He has 6.
And playing with a lot of fire now. They had a tough start in that first quarter. Didn't shoot it well, but didn't let that discourage them. And now they're showing what they can do offensively.
Morris kicks to Beverly. It's the tip, and it's good. But hold on, the officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome back from the first half. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They kept at it on both ends of the floor. And
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. The Clippers trail. They've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the point. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. And here are the Trailblazers now. McCollum kicks to Ariza. Back to McCollum. Deep 2 from Anthony. Now here's Ariza. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. 4 on the clock. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Lillard misses. The Clippers shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Out of bounds, Portland takes possession.
Man, if you're going to grab it, grab that thing. He just lazily reaches out for that, and the result is it's deflected right off of his hand.
The Trailblazers shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Ariza against Leonard. Kicks it out to Lillard. Lets it go from deep. And he's good on the 3 ball. Lillard's got 11 points.
Just so good at rising, firing, and dismantling defenses.
Morris, no good.
I know it's about defending the post and the 3-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
It's Ariza on the wing. The offensive rebound. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Poked away. Over Beverly. Lillard with the bucket. Lillard's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, he can create his own shot. He can spot up off the ball. Lillard can torch your defense any which way.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
Portland's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Lillard from outside. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
His shot's it's not there right now. With this team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
George with no one around. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Yeah, 80%. Is that a good number from the field? I think so. 4 of 5 here shooting. Terrific start.
Inside. And here's Nurkic. 6 points for him. Outside Anthony. Just 5 to shoot. And a wide open look for McCollum. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Here's Leonard. Second chance shot. Carmelo Anthony comes up with the rebound.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Kept alive. Ariza, right side. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Known as a defensive specialist for many years, it's the ability for Ariza still to consistently be a threat out there from the three-point line, especially from the corners.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Shannon with it. He's picked up by Little, and that one drops.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Passes to Whiteside. Great D that time from Harrell. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Whiteside finds Ariza to the right side. Trent connects from three-point range. Trent's got the game tied up here for Portland.
How about the experience paying off here as Ariza excellent at noticing that his man was wide open.
To the paint, tipped away, and stolen by Whiteside. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's his first foul. Damian Lillard, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. The feed to Harrell. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Kawhi Leonard is checked in for JaMychal Green. From deep. They get it back. Out to the right wing. Goes back up. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard. The Trailblazers have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws. We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Here's Leonard, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
That aggressive mindset of his, Leonard putting it on the floor and drawing contact.
For Los Angeles, they have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Lillard left side. There's the pass to Little. Shoots over Leonard. Off the mark.
And a good example of why Leonard perpetually makes the all-defensive team.
Tie game in Los Angeles. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the court for the Trailblazers, they've got Whiteside. Little out there with Rodney Hood. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Trent in at the shooting guard. Lillard looking around. Clock at 6. Fires for 3. Buries it from three-point range.
Well, he now has 4 3-pointers this game, guys. 2 in each half. He's really spacing out the floor for his teammates.
And finished off by Leonard.
That's the power and strength he brings. Kawhi able to absorb the contact. I'm not even sure he felt it and still knocks it down.
A different look now for Portland. Anthony comes in for Little. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Hood. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. And it's McCollum in the corner. Pass to Trent. Launches a 3. Whiteside, the pass to Trent. Portland moving the ball around. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
And the Clippers making a change here. Morris is checked in. Williams dishes to Leonard. Back to Williams. Floats it up there for Harrell. And stolen by Whiteside. Lillard left side. And Portland with another turnover here. A different look for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Reggie Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Portland. Here's Beverley. He feeds it to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
And Lillard kicks to Anthony. Feeds it to Nurkic. Over to the left wing. Drills the three-pointer. Lillard's got 11 points here in just the second half.
I don't know. I'm getting the feeling as this game moves on, he's getting stronger.
Beverley finds Morris. Back to Beverley. Nurkic with the steal. McCollum outside. To the left wing. Three-pointer, Lillard. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Now it's a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time. And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
And Anthony gets double-teamed. Kicks it out to Lillard. Again, the miss by Lillard. For Los Angeles, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll.
Good scorers have that ability. When Leonard gets that deep, it's usually a bucket, a trip to the free throw line, or both.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Portland.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
It's Ariza on the wing. From 11 feet away, here's Nurkic. Kicks it out to Ariza. Lillard with no one around. Portland with a new 14.
And that's a good job of just getting after it on the backboard. Gets them another possession and allows them to run even more clock.
You know, altered shots don't show up on the official stat sheet, but as we saw there, he does a great job of doing that as well as collecting the rebound. And who do you call when you need a big bucket for this team more and more? It's Kawhi.
McCollum up top. Ariza outside. Out to Anthony. Lillard outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. The lead is 2. It's stolen by Ariza. McCollum with the ball. George picks him up. Lobs it up for Anthony.
Melo with another moment.
The Clippers have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Here's Lillard. It's deflected.
Can't be lazy around Patrick Beverly. He's going to get you down low with hands. That time, he blocks a shot.
And the whistle blows. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team. He told them they have to keep fighting. He said, hey, look, we're right here, but we can't make mistakes. You got to be aggressive and smart. Back to you guys.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Ariza outside, pass to Carmelo, and here's McCollum for 3. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late. And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. And before we get going,
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony is out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Brooklyn, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Dinwiddie in at the 2-guard spot. And Nurkic with the basket on the assist by McCollum. Well, the outcome tonight, Greg, could come down to the big men up front.
You know, versatility will be key. The front court that can be physical but also pass it, stretch the floor will likely be the victor.
Chalk up 2 there.
Well, Kevin Durant's form, his release point, everything about his stroke is really impeccable.
Here's Anthony. Nobody near Lillard. Offline with his 3. Dinwiddie right side. Allen kicks to Irving. Over Ariza. Misses off the left iron. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Passes it to Nurkic. Takes the 3. They grab their own miss. And staying with the play, Anthony.
You know, you have to like the activity from your superstar. Anthony staying involved even off the basketball.
Dinwiddie kicks to Irving. The 3. Here's Allen. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
There's a check in for Dinwiddie. Harris against Lillard. Reeves the dishes to Lillard. McCollum. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Now, here is Irving.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Portland's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Lillard against LeVert. Elbow shot is on the way. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for the Nets. Taurean Prince comes in for Karis LeVert. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Whiteside's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Yep, it counts.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
And Doris, last season for Kyrie Irving, really one of waiting. No Durant on the year to play off of, and then Kyrie's season with the Nets was cut short due to injury.
Well, second surgery for Irving in the last 3 years. You obviously hope he and KD can stay healthy and try to revitalize this Nets organization. Irving is so excited about being on the court. The NBA misses him when he's not playing. Let's hope he stays healthy.
Lillard with the bucket.
Gets one to fall, but only his second make in the first 7 attempts.
KD against Anthony. KD looking around. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Portland leading by 5. Kicks it to Lillard. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Back to McCollum. Whiteside, the pass to Lillard. That one falls.
They continue to be outworked and outmuscled on the backcourt. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Irving can't hit. And here's Whiteside. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. It's Ariza on the wing. Anthony in the corner. Let's go. And stolen by Jordan. 30 seconds left to play in the first. It's stolen by Ariza. Lillard with it. 7 points in the game. It's McCollum on the wing. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Nets trail by 7. Harris kicks to Irving. To the inside. Here's Jordan. Kicks it out to Prince. It's stolen by Ariza. From deep. And that does it for the first quarter. Trailblazers lead by 7. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but deep.
I'm training summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Yeah, the defense hasn't been there. They are getting hammered on second chance opportunities.
Inside, we got Prince and Jordan. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Luwawu in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Dinwiddie with it. He's picked up by Little. Dinwiddie passes to Luwawu. Jordan kicks to LeVert. Launches it. C.J. McCollum with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Beyond the arc. Cans it from downtown. McCollum's got the lead up to 7 now for the Trailblazers.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Jordan. Out to the right wing. Jacks up a 3. And another shot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, DeAndre Jordan's a problem because if he gets that close, you know the defense has to commit to him.
And the Nets making a change here. Allen's checked in. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for C.J. McCollum.
And DeAndre Jordan, not the same impact center he once was, but he's done a great job of acting as a leader for this team.
Well, you think about DeAndre Jordan's career, Greg, and over the course of time, he's played a number of different roles. What you like about what he did this past season is, even though in a changing role, he still tried to make an impact. That's called being a teammate.
Dinwiddie finds LeVert. Here's Luwawu. Outside Jordan. Just 3 to shoot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. Hood kicks to Little. Here's Trent. And another 3 for Portland.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Nets trail by 9. Here's Luwawu. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. LeVert inside the line. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, so often we're talking about Jared Allen's length, and he does it nicely on the offensive glass right there.
Here's Trent. LeVert defending. Good on the wing. Fires from deep. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Allen passes to LeVert. Now Dinwiddie. Nurkic with the steal. 3-on-3. Back to Hood. From deep. Kept alive. Nurkic kicks to Little.
Boy, now you have to think about pulling him. 3 fouls already in this half. A fourth would be inexcusable.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Kevin Durant's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Luwawu. Portland also making some changes. Hassan Whiteside comes in for Zach Collins. And Lillard subbed in for Hood.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Outside, KD. The 3 ball. Fades. Back to Allen. The Nets working the ball around now. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. LeVert's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
And the pass to Little. Back to Lillard. To the middle. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. And the Trailblazers another 3.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Outside Irving. Shoots over Lillard. He doesn't hit that one. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Portland shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Brooklyn making some changes. Taurean Prince comes in for Karis LeVert. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Dinwiddie. Outside Durant. Back to Irving. Allen in the post. Ariza covering. From deep 3-point range. That shot no good. And so it's Portland with a 10.
Hey, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They lead by 10. Jack, how... And that does it for our...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but, boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Nurkic, and it's Ariza in at the 3, the small forward. Deep 2 from Anthony. That one a little long. Nets trail by 10. Here's Dinwiddie. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. Dinwiddie's got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Nets. And for Portland, they're shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Lillard outside. Ariza outside. Dishes it to Anthony. 5 to shoot. Nurkic trying to get open. And that one's good, Anthony. Anthony's got the lead back up to 10 now for the Trailblazers. And stolen by Ariza. 90 seconds now into the second half. Offensive rebound. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Jordan's checked in.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
Here's Irving. No good off the back of the rim. Portland leading by 10. Here's Ariza. They get it again. Nurkic the pass to Ariza. McCollum outside. Shoots over LeVert. And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Ariza. McCollum's got the lead up to 12 now for the Trailblazers. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Boy, you love how Karis LeVert creates for himself, playing to his strengths, exactly what you want from the young guy.
And the call will be against Karis LeVert. That's his first foul. Joe Harris is checked in for the Nets. Luwawu-Cabarrot comes in for Kyrie Irving. Zach Collins checked in for the Trailblazers. Hood comes in for Damian Lillard. Kicks it out to Ariza. Just 5 on the clock.
Fourth foul of the night. Now he needs to be smart. Can't reach in and pick up something foolish.
Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Brooklyn. From deep. Portland no good that time either. Nets trail by 10. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Boy, gets the bucket through the contact. Taurean Prince, he earned every bit of that one.
McCollum kicks to Hood. And Luwawu-Cabarrot is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. 1:58 left in the third quarter.
And after getting off to such a good start offensively in that first half, haven't been quite as efficient here in the second.
Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Trailblazers leading by 6.
And Doris, make no mistake about it, Spencer Dinwiddie is looking to score. An instant offense type of player.
And Spencer Dinwiddie knows what his role is, and he plays it perfectly. He can go a little hot and cold for stretches, but he doesn't let it affect him. Dinwiddie's always going to provide that offensive punch that's so critical for you.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
Allen's checked in for Luwawu-Cabarrot. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Little's checked in. Prince outside. Here's Jordan. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jordan's got 5 now.
When you think that this guy was so raw and so skinny coming into the league, now DeAndre Jordan brushing off these challenges with ease.
Durant's checked in for Jordan. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Portland. And the Nets with possession here. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Now Prince kicks it out to Dinwiddie. And stolen by Whiteside. There's 45 seconds left here in the third quarter. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Little can't hit. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Brooklyn. It's a 5-point game, and the basket is good. KD's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
The foul on Joe Harris. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Trailblazers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And Brooklyn making a change here. Irving's checked in, and the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Lillard's checked in. Wound up there for Allen, and stolen by Whiteside. Here's Lillard. He's got 13. Lets it go from deep. Now here's Little. The wide open look here for Anthony. And the miss. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Portland out in front. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
You love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Prince and Durant are at the 3 and the 4. Joe Harris is out there with Irving, and it's Allen in at the center position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Lillard from outside bangs home the trifecta. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
Knocks that one down. 4 triples for the night. 3 in the first half.
Irving attacking. That's in, coming off the assist from KD.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Lillard outside. To the wing on the left. Fires the 3. And the Trailblazers another 3.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Boy, this guy is a big-time athlete. Jared Allen, watch out.
Portland leading by 7. It's stolen by Allen. And now it's Allen running. He can go all the way. Count it.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Lillard up top. Pass to Nurkic. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Prince outside. Irving against Anthony. Durant in the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Back to Nurkic. Tries from 10. Count it. Good. And now it's a 10-point Portland lead.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court. But when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized inside.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. Brooklyn making some changes. Karis LeVert's checked in for Prince, and Dinwiddie subbed in for Harris. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Greg, one of your former teammates, John Starks, would get under a guy's skin on the court. He's like a nuisance, but really opposite off the floor, away from the game.
I'll tell you, Kevin, John's got a heart of gold, and anybody that knows him is going to be a fan of the person. John is as good a friend as I can ever recall having.
Kicks it out to Lillard. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. It's good.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
And it's Harris off the drive. Outside for Durant. Allen trying to break free. KD's shot is off. Trailblazers leading by 11. They push it up 4 on 3. Leaves the dishes to Nurkic. Trailblazers moving the ball around. And oh, here we go. Harris, nobody back. LeVert the pass to Allen. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist.
Well, you can really see the playmaking evolving. When Karis LeVert is hitting wide open teammates, it shows how special he can be.
Anthony kicks to Lillard. Stolen by Durant. Here's Irving. Here's Allen. Yes, once again, he remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end. But right now, the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
Lillard fires away from way outside. From beyond the arc and then some.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Portland.
The key here, guys, was second chance points.
They pounded the offensive glass and won the scrambles for loose balls, giving them plenty of added opportunity.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Damian Lillard.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
And we've seen Lillard hit that shot before. He has no fear when it comes to the deep three.
Durant with a wide open look. Offensive rebound.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
And a deep three from Lillard. It's hauled in by Harris.
I'm honestly not sure what that was about. Maybe a protest against his coach?
Well, that is inexcusable. That kind of shot selection won't do them any good. That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
And a deep three from Lillard. Rebounded by the Nets. Durant down low. Irving for three. Basket good.
Now, when the game is on the line, Kyrie is the guy you want taking the shot. He is a...
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. So the next starting 5. We've got Durant. Allen is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard position. And for the Clippers, they've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the point. And it's Leonard missing.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, I like this young man, Jared Allen. He's still working to find consistency in his offensive game. He's a really good leaper and finishes at the rim, protects the rim. But his strength right now, which will always be his strength, I think, is his defense. He's outstanding at that end of the floor.
Now here's Beverly. Outside Leonard. Zubac the pass to Leonard. No good. Shot missing. So Brooklyn will take it the other way.
And Clark, with Allen, he's still young, and the comfort on offense has yet to really find him.
Yeah, and you know what? I think he's really scratching the surface there, Greg. I mean, this kid is only played 1 year in college. He's shown you that he can defend at a high level. And he looks like he's a worker, so I think his offensive game will ultimately catch up with his defense.
And that'll start us off already. You can feel the tension in this arena.
Boy, I tell you, you're right. You can feel this one looking like it's going to be a tight one throughout.
First quarter, just over a minute played. No good from Durant. The Clippers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Beverly deciding where to go with it. From deep, George. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
The shot's good.
Boy, his IQ is one of the best in the league. Irvin has a great feel for when his teammates are open.
Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Zubac finds Leonard, puts it up. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by.
I got ball.
Dinwiddie passes to Durant. Pass to Allen. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Zubac. And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game. Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. And a change for the Nets. Joe Harris is checked in for Durant. From deep, George. That shot off the mark. The Nets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Yeah, the easy hoop assisted by Allen that time. He's developed a nice passing game.
And stolen by Irving. And here again, the Nets in transition. Up the court they go. And the layup's good off the glass.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Now here's Beverly. Outside, George. Back to Beverly. Harrell kicks to Leonard, trying to get something going. Los Angeles with another miss.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Irving. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Clippers trail by 8. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland, where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
Took him no time at all on that one. Irving's got 5 points so far.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Now, here's Shamet. It's stolen by Allen. Fast break. Here we go. Here's LeVert, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
Here's Shamet. Here's Green. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of look.
The pass to LeVert. To the inside. They'll double him with Harrell. LeVert the pass to Harris. Lets it go with the 3. It's rebounded by Lou Williams.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
And a wide open look for Irving. A three-pointer off the mark. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 7.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Here's Irving. Here's Allen. Great D that time from Green.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
And we reached... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Nets.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for Brooklyn now, Karis LeVert is out there with Crawford. And it's Durant. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Luwawu in at the 3. And the Clippers making a change here. Zubac is checked in. Now here's Crawford. And a miss there on the triple. And here we go again. The Clippers on the break. Here's Jackson. Rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's got 4 rebounds in this game. The drive by Jackson. Passes it to Zubac. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's foul number 2 for him.
Picking up his second foul here. Has to be careful because they can pile up quickly.
Dinwiddie is checked in for the Nets. And the Clippers miss again.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Pass to Zubac. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. 2 points. That one goes. Green's got 6.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
There's Crawford with the 3. No good that time.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
And the poise of Williams, so impressive. Plays at his own pace. He's never in a hurry.
Dinwiddie outside. Pass to Jordan. Out to KD. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers trail by 5.
And as expected, Kevin Durant sitting out all of last season, recovering from the Achilles injury. Glad to see him back on the floor.
I agree with you, and it was absolutely a no-brainer for Kevin to sit out the season. That type of injury, you give it all the time you need, and the Nets knew that. They knew when the deal was done that he was going to most likely miss the season, and yet they did the right thing. And when you have a guy like KD, you want to make sure you're not rushing him back. You want him fully ready when it's time for him to go.
Here's Williams, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Boy, he twisted his body up right there just enough to create space. Williams so slick and ill-like inside.
Now here's Crawford. No points in the game yet for him. Outside for Durant. Ring shot on the way, and he gets the jumper to drop.
Well, that's virtually impossible to defend. I mean, with Durant's length, those long arms, and the high arcing shot that he shoots, the best you can do as a defender is challenge him and hope he misses.
And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
And Luwawu Cabarrot is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. George is checked in for the Clippers. Then for the Nets, Allen's checked in for Jordan. And Harris subbed in for Luwawu Cabarrot. Now here's Jackson to the paint. Durant with the steal. On, here we go. Crawford all alone. And it's Allen slamming it down.
Woo-hoo-hoo, that's the stuff of nightmares for the defense. They'll see that one in their sleep. A long athlete like Allen flying in the air, that's a bad picture.
They get it back.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
Crawford with the ball. George picks him up.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
Here's Williams. Inside, Durant with the steal. And another fast break for Brooklyn. The Nets are running. And slam dunk by Harris.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by Brooklyn.
KD on the wing. Over Green. KD can't get it to go.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
The Clippers shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. The first free throw is good.
We always talk about it. I mean, those second-round picks who turn out to be gems, no one thought Williams would end up at the free throw line as much as he does.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. LeVert's checked in for Crawford. And Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. And on the way from Irving for three. Good on the three-point shot. Irving's got 8 points.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal. And that's an owner's manual possession to get them a good look there.
And it's Allen slamming it down.
Allen's got some old school big man in him. He's got great hands and mobility and does a good job finishing above the rim.
Short. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And
thanks a lot.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of one, they were able to... And that does it for our...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. JaMychal Green with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Now, here is Irving. Over Beverley. Stolen by Beverley. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. The basket counts and one. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
The Nets have missed both free throws they've attempted tonight.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
Ball's knocked loose. George with no one around. No good with the triple. Brooklyn leading by 11. Dinwiddie with it. Guarded now by Morris. And it's Allen with the jam.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Patterson can't get it to go. And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. This is the most they've led by, 13 points.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Well, in the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know,
Kawhi's
got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. I'm going to agree with you. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Harrell, he's checked in for the Clippers. Landry Shamet comes in for Patrick Patterson. Then for the Nets, Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's LeVert in for Dinwiddie. And that was a great replay we just saw of our mobile one block.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
It's the Nets now. The Clippers getting the bucket. Irving kicks to Luwawu Cabarrot. The offensive rebound. There's the pass to LeVert. Here's Luwawu. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Offensive rebound. Allen. He goes right over Marcus Morris and slams it down.
Well, you see the hustle from Allen there, guys, and his relentlessness and the mindset to keep at it really allows him to gobble up those offensive boards.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
And the scoring versatility of Morris, one of his best attributes, able to beat you in a number of ways.
.130 left in the third. Here's Irving. Allen trying to break free. Good on the 13-footer. Irving's got the lead up to 13 now for the Nets. Los Angeles has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. George passes to Shamet. Misses the three. The Nets shooting well. 50% from the floor. Lobs it up for Jordan. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his third foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for George. Williams comes in for Landry Shamet. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Harris is checked in for the Nets. Crawford comes in for Kyrie Irving. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Brooklyn?
They really haven't backed away from running and gunning at any point, but their legs still look fresh.
The number of second chance points they've gotten is also impressive. I mean, they've kept so many possessions alive with offensive rebounds.
Stolen by Jackson. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And finished off by Leonard.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Here's Allen, and slam dunk by Allen.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk
than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. And the Clippers making a change here. Zubats is checked in, and a change for the Nets. Durant's checked in for Jared Allen.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. You tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
And Jackson gets it to go.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
There's Crawford with the three. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're playing a bruising. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Clippers trail by 10, setting the floor for the Nets. Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Jordan. Then it's Crawford. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 1. Jordan dishes to Dinwiddie. Over Jackson. Dinwiddie's shot is off. The Clippers shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Outside Jackson. Three-pointer. That shot no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Williams finds Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Leonard's got it back down to within single digits for the Clippers. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. For three, Durant drills it from outside.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
Stolen by Durant. All sorts of time. And it's off the back rim, no good.
You know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
Possessing great mobility at his size, Harrell runs the floor like a deer.
On the wing, Jamal Crawford. Dinwiddie outside. For the three. That doesn't go either for Durant. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. It's a 10-point game. Got that bucket in no time at all.
And such a confident player. Williams knows he has the trust of his coaches and teammates to take those shots.
Here's Crawford. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
And Harrell slams it in.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder.
Yeah. I tell you what, I think the pass was even better. I mean, that was room service delivery at its finest.
Leonard attacking. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
And guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
Jordan kicks to Crawford. Passes it to KD. There's the triple. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got his 4th assist in this one.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
For the Clippers, Marcus Morris comes in for Montrezl Harrell. And Georgia subbed in for Williams. The Nets also changing it up. Allen's checked in for Joe Harris. Harris LeVert comes in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Dinwiddie. Jordan controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Nets lead by 6.
Well, you know, a big part of offensive rebounding is really relentless effort and high energy, and Jordan knows all about that.
And the wide open shot for Morris sinks the triple.
Yeah, important points from Morris. And when he's feeling it, he'll step up and take control.
outside, KD. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Jackson passes to Zubac. Stolen by LeVert. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way. Bucket is good. Jordan's got 4 points this quarter.
Hey, that's why you want an experienced veteran like DeAndre Jordan. That's a huge hoop from him.
He drops the first one, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. Jackson hits both of them.
And that makes it a one-possession game, guys. Got to be the biggest free throws of the game thus far.
Durant against Morris. And there's the feed to Allen. The kick out to Irving. Pass to LeVert. 6 on the shot clock. A three-pointer, no good. Now the Clippers with it. They're on a 16-7 run. Got it! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Durant for 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
Somebody lit a fire under Kevin Durant.
And here's Los Angeles. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Leonard from 3. Up again. LeVert grabs the miss. KD looking around. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And the Nets lead by 6.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Keeps it alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And now an 8-point Nets lead.
And, you know, we've talked about LeVert's vertical before, guys, and they're using it to be a force on the glass.
And so it's Brooklyn with the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. The Trailblazers focused as they walk into the locker room earlier on. Their job, here are the starters for Los Angeles. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Trevor Ariza out there with Anthony. And it's Nurkic in at the 5. Anthony against Morris. There's the lob to the hoop. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Lillard from deep three-point land.
Come on.
Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession. And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Anthony against Morris. Here's Nurkic. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. George finds Leonard. Outside for George. 6 to shoot. Over McCollum. Leonard, that's for 2.
You know, it's tough for shooters to get clean looks off with Ariza around. I mean, he hounds shooters, forces them to take incredibly hard looks.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Three-pointer, Lillard. It's hauled in by Zubac. Ariza against Leonard. A flawless finish on the alley-oop.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
And Lillard gets to Ariza. From downtown. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Over in the corner, Lillard. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
An elite scorer in today's game. Leonard is consistent at staying aggressive on the offensive end.
Ariza against Leonard. And there it is for him.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Back to Zubac. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Again, the miss by Lillard.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
It's his first trip to the line. That one is off. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see, because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Lillard with the bucket.
Lillard, he just fills out the defense. He doesn't rush it. When they play off of him, he torches him. When they crowd him, he'll pull off the J. If they get too close, he'll drive.
pass to Harrell. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Well, just trying to prevent the opposition from getting comfortable. Next time, that one might get picked.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Hood's checked in. Jackson from long range. And the Clippers miss again. And JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Trailblazers have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Trent passes to Little. Here's Trent. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. It's good.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put it in.
Harrell finds Shemet. From deep, Williams. Green, and Green is right there.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Whiteside, high post. Harrell on him. Whiteside, good.
Well, it's a physical game Whiteside plays. He's not afraid to pick up some bruises if he can turn them into points.
Clippers trail by 3. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Williams. Collins grabs the miss. Here's Trent. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. So at the end of 1 quarter of play. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is still...
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. We've got Reggie Jackson. JaMychal Green is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then it's Williams. And it's Shemet in at the small forward.
An easy pass turns into a terrible turnover. And that's a possession wasted.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. McCollum's checked in. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is checked in for JaMychal Green. Leonard comes in for Landry Shemet. Paul George, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Reggie Jackson. They get the rebound. Whiteside kicks to McCollum. Trailblazers keep it alive. Out to Hood. Beverly against McCollum. Pass to Trent. There's the 3. Out to Hood. Leonard with the steal. They're running. Jumps up. And Morris throws it down.
Wow, and Morris just trucking it down the court, showing the real desire to finish it in transition.
McCollum outside. Hood against Leonard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Kawhi Leonard. The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the game.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
An already proven scorer. Hood needs to keep adding to his game, specifically focusing on becoming a better all-around versatile player.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubats is checked in.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
That's a 2 from Lillard. McCollum against George. Now here's Anthony. He's guarded closely. Feeds to Nurkic. With the putback. And staying with the play, Anthony. Anthony's got the lead up to 3 now for the Trailblazers.
I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert.
Oh, that was something else.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily. Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
Lillard with no one around hits the three-point bomb. Lillard's got 8.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. Zubac's no good.
And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. But he clearly has something left to offer.
Morris finds Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Here's Nurkic. He's off on that one, so Los Angeles will take it the other way. Morris passes to George, and George with this stuff.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Outside Hood. Back to McCollum. Over George. A putback. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard for Los Angeles. They've gotten all but one of their 7 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pretty impressive. He gets that one.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Lillard looking around. Plays it up and banks it in. He's got 10.
The consistency of Lillard with his consistent probing on the defense, he's become Mr. Reliable at a very young age. On defense, they just took that possession off. I mean, they get away with it that time, but they got to show some more aggression.
And the basket by McCollum.
Well, that's almost a sure thing when you leave him that wide open on the perimeter. I mean, that's his sweet spot.
On the wing, George. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. He dishes it to Morris. George against Lillard. Nurkic with the steal. Lillard with it. He's got 10. And the 3 off target. The shot by George, wide open. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, he's been an elite scorer for so long in the league. Jack, how does Dame... And that'll do it.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Anthony, and it's Ariza in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Out to Morris. Back to George. Zubac trying to break loose, and it's George missing.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Lillard finds Nurkic. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. Greg, we see defenses continually adjusting. Analytics favoring threes and dunks. Which teams do you think are toughest to score on at the rim?
You know, it's funny that you think defense in today's era, but if you look at the 2 teams that were the best in their respective conferences last season,
they're the two teams I think protect the rim the best. Milwaukee with Giannis and the Lopez crew, and then obviously AD and LA with the Lakers. Those teams have the versatility on their front line to be able to defend the three and also protect the rim.
I think you've nailed it.
Rock solid start for them. I mean, they're 3 for 3 since coming out of the locker room.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Ariza outside. Three-pointer, Lillard. No good there.
He'll breathe a big sigh of relief if they hang on to win this game. He's not done much to contribute tonight.
And Trevor Ariza, a different player now than he once was, but during his prime, he was as athletic as anybody on the floor.
You can say that again, Jay. And he's done a good job adjusting his game as he's grown older. He went from mostly a slasher to a 3-and-D player. I mean, it's allowed him to have a lengthy career. And that makes him 4 for 5. I mean, I think that's pretty good numbers. I mean, they've got to be pleased with how things are playing off so far.
Oh, costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Man, when you're playing from behind, that's the last thing you want to do. Make matters worse.
Green, he's checked in for Morris.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
Here's Anthony. It's stolen by Green. And again, the turnover by the Clippers.
Story of their game right here. One sloppy play after another.
For the Trailblazers, Collins comes in for Anthony, and it's Little in for Trevor Ariza. And then for the Clippers, Williams comes in for Leonard, and it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley. Shamet kicks to Green. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. We were all witnesses last year to the pandemic, which struck with worldwide repercussions. The NBA was no exception. The 1920 season was altered, and this season was delayed. But the league is finding a sense of solidarity and resolve under the leadership of Adam Silver. Now, sports is a microcosm of society as a whole, and we all are finding different ways to overcome this. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, DA. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Paul George comes in for Landry Shamet. Clippers trail by 7. Knocked away. Down low. On the wing, Williams. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Little. There's 1:17 left to play in the third.
Oh, no. Remember, Whiteside has had 10-plus blocks in a single game. A true swatting machine.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Pass to Trent from the arc. Kicks it out to Collins. Off target from three-point range. The Clippers have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Here's George, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
As crafty as they come. George has lots of experience when it comes to mixing up defenders.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Portland. Trailblazers leading by 6. That's a 2 from Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Oh, man, awful display from him so far. But you know he's going to keep working to try to turn it around.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. The pass to Nurkic. Stolen by Zubac. Williams attacking. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Williams has got his first 2 points.
What a scorer this guy is. Inside, outside, mid-range. Williams is capable of doing damage from anywhere.
The third quarter comes to a close. Trailblazers lead by 7. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play right there.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Kawhi Leonard, Lou Williams out there with Jackson. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. And it's Morris in at the power forwards position. Pass to Trent. Shot clock at 6. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 9.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Morris against Nurkic. Morris passes to Harrell. And he overshot that one, missing. Trailblazers leading by 9. Nurkic in the post, covered by Morris. Offensive rebound. Nurkic gets to Ariza. The 3. Kicks it out to McCollum. Back to Nurkic. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Lillard's checked in. The Clippers also making some changes. Landry Shamet's checked in for Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. A tremendous Mobile 1 block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
Harrell finds Shamet. And Leonard has it in the corner. Back to Shamet. Over McCollum. That one off the back iron and out. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Pass to Anthony. Now Nurkic makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
His teammates keep getting him the ball in his favorite spots. He's done a lot for his shooting percentage.
Morris, no good. Trailblazers leading by 11. Anthony down low. Harrell on him. And a deep 3 from Lillard. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Lillard's got 9 points here in the second half. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And it's Beverley missing.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Lillard from deep three-point land. It's hauled in by Beverley. Clippers trail by 14. Shamet the pass to Morris. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Now here's Shamet. He's guarded by McCollum, and it's Harrell missing.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Oh, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. They grab their own miss. Kicks it out to Ariza. From deep three-point range, and there's Lillard. That's good on the assist by Ariza.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is no letter. And, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games. Playing the revenge card right there. Trying to get those 3 points right back. Didn't work.
The drive by Nurkic. No good. Great D that time from Harrell.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here
for the Trailblazers.
If they had to battle for this win, there were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the floor of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jusuf Nurkic.
And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with the fire no one else could match as he chased down those rebounds.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
You know they are, sure. I mean, come on, the finish line is in sight. All they have to do is play it smart.
And it's Leonard missing. The Blazers on offense. They've got a 13-2 run going. Reeves it dishes to Nurkic. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Lillard from deep three-point land. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Jackson looking around from past the arc, knocks down the three ball.
Oh, man, you really like seeing Jackson get going from the perimeter. His three-point shot has come a long way.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do.